1079.
Well, hi there, K6USY, K6MYC. I'll copy.
Hey, doing pretty good. You're on frequency, and we're all set up and ready to go. And 6 meters is open again tonight. Tons of activity on FT8. I'll have to flight up the sideband and see if there's anybody up there.
Yeah, gangbuster signals on 6 meters. We're hearing them. I don't know about sideband, but this big broad thing up there at 50.313, super bunch of signals coming in.
Yep, stations coming in from all over the place. It's been a heck of a last, ever since Sunday morning, it's just been bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to see that. It's the best E-skip season I've seen at this time of the year for a long time.
Yeah, I just wish it would have opened on Saturday, but oh well. Basically worked all the local guys meters all day Sunday, so that worked out.
Yeah, too bad. Well, a lot of people made lots of grid contacts. If you were working at it, you worked a lot of people. But it looks like conditions tonight are even better. Signals seem to be a lot stronger. And I don't know if anybody, have you listened down on sideband?
No, not yet. I figured I was going to be listening to the net here, and then I'm sitting here watching the traffic come in on FT8.
Okay, boy, your signal's fading up and down like crazy tonight, and I'm sure you're not rotating because you can't rotate.
Yeah, I'd have to rotate the house.
W6BBS 72.
Oh boy, and you're awake too. Everybody's awake. I got the preamp on, and with the preamp off, I can't even hear you guys. W6BBS, good evening. I'm pointed toward the Bay Area.
Maybe that's why you're off the side of me. I'm pointed pretty well straight at you.
I hear you, Tom. Stand by a sec. Okay. Hear Tom in there, so let me get over toward him a little bit more here. KW6S, good evening. We missed you last night on 6, but probably meant you fell asleep. KW6S, but we had a long chat with Lee, and he's making headway on the 432. He was just having some trouble matching, and I gave him some pointers, so maybe he did better today. KW6S, K6MYC.
KW6S. But they were there and working a lot of Midwestern and zeros and nines, I think, mostly. So I missed them, but I'm still hoping to get them on 6. But I kind of missed Lee last night and also on the contest as well. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, he was on 6 meters a lot. We talked for about 10 minutes about how to, that was at the end of the net, of course. By the way, the Clipperton guys are on 189 from what I understand. Is that still where they are?
They've been on 189 and they've been on 313, both.
That's EME, Mike.
I heard it was FT8 also, Frank, but maybe you've seen something different, over?
No, I was seeing 265 EME. I was hearing them direct.
Well, what's 265? Oh, you mean, okay, you were hearing Clipperton off the moon on 2 meters?
Negative 6 meters. On 6 meters, 189, they're doing EME 265.
Okay, and you heard them already?
Yeah, I was able to hear them, but sporadically and not decoding them, but I know I was hearing them.
Yeah, Roger, because of the sequence. Okay, well, that's good. At least they're getting on. Well, apparently that's just the, you're probably copying Frank. They're just on 189 doing EMA, over.
Yeah, I haven't heard them tonight. I did hear them, well, I did not hear them. I heard a lot of people working them on 313 last night, but I never was able to hear them.
Okay. I wonder if, well, maybe, I don't think Bill needs them, but he should be in here tonight, as should AA6, WA6AAJ, AA6S, N6BYH, WA6OIB. Who's KC5DTU? Anybody else in here on 1296.1?
KC5DTU 712.
Yeah, there he is, KC5DTU. Thank you. Good evening to you, Kerry.
Good evening, Michael. How's things up on the hill?
Well, we're making headway.
Roger, roger. You still got hot water?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we got hot water. I have a drainage leak underneath the sink in the bathroom, but it's minor. We'll find out it's in the drainage, and for some reason the black trap pipe is leaking. But that's we should be able to find out. It's got to be a crack or something in that black drainage trap. Anyway, we did get Frank and I got working on the tractor today, and he found that the little nylon gear that engages the starter to the big. Actually, it engages the fan on the top of the motor. In this case, the motor and the cooling fan. Motor's cooling fan is what actually has the gear on it, gear teeth on it for the starter motor. Anyway, it's a little nylon gear, and it had, after 25 years, I can't believe it was such a piece of crap. It wore out in 25 or 30 years. Can you believe that?
That's when they use good plastic.
Yeah, right. Anyway, we were lucky. We found that it was a symmetrical thing, and Frank took the starter motor off and reversed the little gear because it was worn off into a cone shape, so there was still teeth on the other side that never engaged the main gear. So we turned it over so those teeth were live and upright. And it's been working perfectly ever since. And then, of course, we wasted 2 hours on the phone trying to order the part, over.
Roger that. Okay, well, sound like you had a productive day. And I'll be here on the side for a while listening, so I'll let you get on with the net. Able 6 sugar.
There's a guy, Able 6 sugar. I'm pointed over toward Tom. Tom is in here, so you might want to bump over and say hello to Tom in Santa Cruz there, Bill. Good signal. Alpha 6 sugar. K6MYC. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Roger, Mike. I'm listening to 6 meters, man. I got so many tips on the screen here that one guy was on FM. I couldn't believe it at about 50.305. I got one that's within 1 bar from the top of the scope on this thing. I've never seen a signal that strong, except maybe my own transmitter. I don't always run it. Yeah, I'll move the antenna over, then I'll head over to Atascadero and see if Ron is there, and then I'll head back to LA and see if we can get him hooked up down there at down 10 there to see if he can hear Joe there. Anyway, I'll head over towards Tom and see if he can hear me. But good evening to you there, Kerry. Man, you're like 2 red bars above the F9 mark. You're really loud tonight. I don't know what, I guess it's where I got my antenna pointed. I never had it quite this direction, so I think I'm more on you right now. KC5DTU, and I'll move the antenna there, AA6S, over. AA6S, KC5DTU. Wow, that makes me feel good there. And I tell you, that's the best report I've had on this. And you're coming out, that's off the back of the antenna because I'm pointed toward Mike. So jolly good. And good to hear you, and Happy New Year to you. I haven't talked to you since last year.
Okay, Bill. I've got FT8 signals, at least a dozen of them that are all right up the peg and on the top of the screen. Over.
You double with him, Mike.
Yeah, he's as fast on the switch as I am. Did you hear what I said, Bill?
Negative. What was it?
I said all the FT8 signals on my screen are up against the peg. There's a band of them. Normally you see just one spike. I've got a spike now that's 3/16 to a 1/4 inch wide, and it's all going right up to the top of the screen.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same one right now, and I'm looking at it on the screen on the TS890. I don't have my computer plugged back in. I lent it to my son, and I've been lazy. I've been working on my antique radio and I haven't plugged the cable back in. Anyway, I'll head over towards Santa Cruz there and see if he can hear me there. And all that good stuff. AA6S.
And AA6S wants to try with K6ZMW as well. They almost made it the other day. They could hear each other, but not at the same times. Over. So you should tell them that you're going to take them down 10 kilohertz when you run with K6ZMW. Tom, are you copying me?
Yeah, I'm getting you good. I'm also getting about 20 on each part of the decode on FT8. Nothing real interesting, all stateside stuff. Yeah, I'm not really... I could follow them down, but I haven't made any changes from where I was before.
727.
Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike and Bill and Kerry. Hello, Mike. Happy New Year to you. How's things going over there? It's going well, Kerry. Happy New Year to you, too. I hear you're progressing and you're 100%, right? Not yet. I feel like I am, but I have to wait and see what the doctor's going to say. I got to go in tomorrow, and we'll know a little bit more what's happening with everything. Okay, very good. I'll keep the fingers crossed up here. Okay, thanks a lot, Mike. 73. Back to net.
Okay, Mike, we're turned over toward Tom, so say hello to Tom, and then you probably want to go south for ZMW and also K6 W6QUI.
Okay, I was playing a little more east, but hold on a second.
TX5S is on 1296.085.
Power holding, KM6SR present.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What did you say, Tom, about what?
TX5S is on 1296.085 smooth bounce right now.
Say it one more time. I don't know. TX0S is on what?
TX5S Clipperton is on 1296 EME, 1296.085.
Okay. You're not hearing him. You're just seeing that on the N0 UK or what?
Actually, I'm seeing it on a DX watch, but yeah, I'm not hearing it.
Okay.
Oh, Tom, KW6S, WA6AHA.
I hear you, Rob.
WA6AHA, KW6S. Good signal there tonight.
Good to you. You're running about an S5 here right now, and a tiny bit of flutter, but not bad at all. I worked Clipperton last night on 18 meg.
Yeah, I worked them on, 20 meters, and I thought I worked them on 18 megs, but didn't get in the log on that one, so I'll have to do that again.
Yeah, roger that. They got a little bit of a pilot.
Yeah, it's an easy path, but a lot of traffic.
He dropped way off on me.
Yeah, easy path, but lots of traffic. WA6AHA, KW6S.
What? I think I got the last part of that. Let me break with you, Tom. Getting bad reception here. Back to you, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, Tom, for some reason you're way down for me. I haven't found a good spot on you tonight. I'm pointing at 290. Normally at 275 is where you are. So for some reason I don't have a direct path. I'm going up 20 degrees for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got some wet redwoods in the way maybe, but and this transmitter's a little down in power, but I hope to get that changed and get back over to the 9700 pretty soon.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the power. I'm hearing you fine. It's just that I don't hear you in the right direction.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I pointed pretty much at where I always do.
Okay. Bill is trying to catch a Tascadero. We'll stand by. K6MYC.
Hey, Mike, K6MYC, 36
I hear you, Fred. Got you checked in. Stand by. We're still on Tascadero, Fred.
Okay, beautiful. I just want to let you know that the feeder bed is wide open.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, I'm not hearing Bill or Ron or anybody in the Tascadero. Do you hear them trying to make the contact?
No. I can hear him underneath Tom. I also heard Fred in here.
Yeah, did you want me to try?
I think they're trying. They said they were going to do that. You can point down that way and give it a shout and see what happens.
Stand by. Yeah, they're working each other and talking about going down and working on another band as well. I'm barely hearing Ron, but they're both in there.
Okay, I'll put Ron down. Thank you.
Roger.
Yeah, I'm hearing Bill talk to Ron also, KM6SRR.
W6QUI, K6MYC. Any copy?
W6QUI, Whiskey 6 Bravo, Bravo Sierra. Any copy, Ron? I guess pretty weak tonight, Mike, and I guess he's not hearing us, but you got him checked in, and they're now going to go to other bands, it sounds like. So I was just going to let him know he's checked in, over. Okay, can you hear me?
talking to me, Frank?
Stand by. Okay, somebody called me, but are you hearing me now, Mike?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, apparently CUI cannot hear me. I was going to tell him he's checked in, and I think they're gone now, so I would just carry on if I were you. Over.
Yeah, Roger. I couldn't. I thought I heard him one time, but I called him, but he didn't come back. But it might have been you calling him. Over.
Roger. And stand by 1 second. Did somebody call W6BDS? Over. Yeah, I heard my call sign once, but I don't know where it came from, Mike. So carry on, please.
Okay, back up to the Bay Area here. Let me go back up to the Bay Area. Stand by. And here we are on the direct path for you, Tom. Direct path for you at 270. There's 272, 274. KW6S, is that any better?
I've just got one, Mike.
Yeah, you're just not coming in a normal direction.
Yeah, but I haven't moved.
I know, but here I am at 289, and there you are.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm hoping to work TX5S here on as many bands as I can, because I know a lot of people on that DXpedition.
Yeah, well, go for it. You're done here as far as I can see. I'm going to go into the Bay Area. I heard Fred, but I got to peek on Fred and see if he's off as much as you are. Over.
Well, I like to not think of myself as off, but just maybe in a little different direction. So I'll catch you tomorrow night on 2 meters. K6MYC, KW6S.
Roger, we'll see you on 2. No, I'm not saying you're off, but maybe my antenna's off, and I'm off by... it doesn't normally do this, but it's conceivably off because I moved it a lot during the contest. Maybe it's off by 10 or 15 degrees. 7-3, good luck with TX5S, 7-3.
Very good. I'll give you a report tomorrow night. K6MYC, KW6S.
Roger. Now, Fred, let me see. Give me a call if you would, Fred, and let me see if I can get a peek on you. KW6, KD6SOK, KD6SOK, K6MYC, over.
WB6JNN.
Okay, I'll take you, Jim. WB6JNN, we missed you all weekend long on the contest, over.
I was there in the evening, but you didn't hear me on 432, but we didn't hear you either. So, and of course I wasn't on 220 because that's blown up. And so those are the, I think we did work on 1296 actually.
We might have. Let me get you to give me a long transmission. I'm trying to sort out whether I have an antenna direction problem or what here. So I'm trying to peek on you, but I got to go back and forth. I'm pointed at 295 right now, and you're very, very strong.
Hey, Mike, you sound strong over here. That's okay, good.
Yeah, well, it's possibly the antenna's off a little bit. I need to have one of you give me a longer transmission, over.
Okay, I'll give you a longer transmission. You're F9. You're very, very strong tonight. And what I'm going to tell you is, if anyone's interested, wide open. I work on all units, one power, and all power.
Yeah, I lost you halfway through that, so it's not a good path for you. Let me get Jim to do the same thing there, but it looks like I'm off. WB6JNN, give me 15 seconds, Jim.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, that time you were S8. And I'm at about 100 degrees here on my heading, but it's fairly broad from about 95 to maybe 120. It's where I normally get you in that region, and it peaks up a little bit, but it's not a fairly broad peak typically. And I did swing off of you a bit to see if it was doing the 180-degree thing, which sometimes happens, but it wasn't doing that tonight. So it's not the odd reflection that we sometimes get. But anyway, you're doing okay, and as I was saying, we did work on 1296 during the period of Saturday night. I heard two stations on Sunday. Both were news stations, and so I gave them information about the Bozo Net and so forth. So but that was Sunday morning, and then in the afternoon I didn't hear anybody, so I guess nobody was still around. Anyway, wouldn't have mattered if I'd been there on 220 anyway, because the rig wasn't working. WB6JNN.
Yeah, what was wrong on 222? What was wrong on 222, Jim?
The attenuator blew up inside the rig, and they don't have any other kind of switch around as far as switching, so I'm sort of off the air until I can get something repaired. We discussed using one for the 222 beacon, and I got one on order. There's a new one with a phase lock loop and the whole shebang. I sent something in the email to you, but I really don't check the email too much. WB6JNN.
You sent an email to me or to Frank?
No, I sent it to you.
Well, I can't read them anymore. I don't even look at my email. I can't even get into the email program without a mistake. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, the guys in Ukraine have got a new one out that's 8 watts, and it's a new transmit chain, a new receive chain with a double balance mixer, mini circuit mixer, and phase lock loop local oscillator. So that's what I have purchased. It'll be a while before it gets here.
Yeah, okay. No, you had mentioned that to me already about the new features and all on the Ukrainian new one. I got that all okay. Well, I peaked on you, and then I recalibrated it, but the band is up and down. You're going up and down. Every now and then you go down to a point where I miss a few words. Most of the time it was pretty strong, but then it got weaker and weaker as we went through the transmission. Not your fault. It's just the band's all over the place tonight. But I was off. I was getting a peak on you at 300. It's normally 285. So I was off by 15 degrees apparently for some reason.
Okay, no, that's fine. Anyway, I should probably get Frank's email so I can send things to him for you.
Frank, can he send you an email to W6BBS at W6BBS.com?
Yes, you can, Mike. Yes, you can. Or I can open it at your place, whatever you prefer, over.
I can't copy you, Frank. Somebody's still talking in there. Who's talking? Jim, did you hear W6BBS, Jim?
Okay,
no,
Mike.
I did not.
Okay, now he's pointed where I can hear him. Give me your email address, Frank.
You had it right, W6BBS at W6BBS.com, and that's AW6 or AA6S you're hearing talk in the background there, over.
Oh. Okay.
him up when I turned around here. So yeah, he can send me the email, or I can open it at your house, whatever you prefer, sir.
He just was going to send you the dope on the new Ukrainian transfer. That's the one that he's getting, and when that comes in, he'll give us the other one. Over.
Oh, okay, roger that. Yeah, he can email me at mycallsign@mycallsign.com. It's fine, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, Jim, it's W6 Bravo Sierra at W6BBS.com. Over.
W6BBS at W6BBS.com.
That's it.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you. And I'll take a standby and see who else is over there. We should hear in KB6BA and W6PQL particularly, and WA6AAXX missing also.
WFC's on
here, W6PQL.
Okay, there you are. Now let me peek on you, Jim. Give me a chatter.
All right, sure, yeah. And I guess Rob probably is working on hooking up his amp. I see that he's got a hold of it, or at least it was delivered anyway. I don't know if he's picked it up yet, but it was delivered. But anyway, I guess he'll have it on tomorrow if all goes well. So that should give you enough time. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm pretty close. I moved it about 3 degrees, and you came up a little bit more, but you've got a very defined signal where Jim is about 15 degrees wide, and yours is very sharp, so this should be better for you. Is that right?
Yeah, you're running between S7 and S8. It's a good signal.
Okay, yeah, good signal here, too, with some flutter. Okay. Rob is on here. Rob, you got your amp, and you'll be on with it tomorrow night, right? Where's Rob? Oh, maybe Rob went downstairs to grab dinner. I hear in the background, I don't know if you can hear him there, Jim. I don't know whether he's pointed your way or not. WAA6 Sugar. Alpha 6 Sugar is chatting away on the frequency here, but he's not bothering me. He's just way down.
KM6SR. No, I'm not hearing him here. I was hearing him on the live feed, but he's not pointed at me, and I'm not pointed at him, so he won't bother either one of us.
Okay. What I was asking, Rob just showed up on frequency again. Rob, are you going to have the amp on and ready to go tomorrow?
Yeah, I hope to. I came in, looks good. Tell Jim thanks. And I was down making the fire there. I brought my dinner up here, but I wasn't being involved, so I thought I could get away with starting the fire. Over?
Yeah, no, that's okay. And Jim will be happy to hear you tomorrow. It looks like he's got it. And he should have it on the air by tomorrow if everything goes according to plan, Jim. Over.
Okay. Ask him if he found the toggle switch on the rear panel. That's for his fast and slow fan speeds.
Okay. Did you find the toggle switch on the back panel, Rob? It's for fast and slow fan speed.
Bill's in there. I haven't got it out of the box yet, Mike.
Oh, he has not taken it out of the box yet. I think he was at work today, Jim.
Yeah, I forget that not everybody's retired like we are.
6ZMW, K6ZMW, AA6S, over.
I hear AA6S calling K6ZMW here. You might want to point down that way. You might catch him, Jim. I'll let you go.
Yeah, I've got to do that anyway because I'm going to do Santa Barbara in the next couple of minutes.
ZMW, AA6S.
All right. Anybody else on frequency in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net.
KB6BA. WA6AXX.
Okay. KB6BA. And WA6AXX. Good evening, Oliver. Good evening, Ed.
Nothing new here. Got a break in the weather today. more tomorrow and do some hiking and just doing my radio projects. Over.
Okay. Very fine, Oliver. And your signal came way up, so you must have bumped the direction. Maybe it's just the path here. Yeah, good to hear you. We didn't catch you on in the contest. I guess you never did get on that Saturday night thing. But we had quite a few people that did make contacts on the Saturday night opening, although 1296 wasn't all that good. We're going to change the time that we do 1296 the next time. So in the June contest, when we do that Saturday night thing, we'll do 1296 first, then 222, then 432. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I thought of you. I just had a bunch of things going on, but glad you had a pretty good turnout, Over.
Yeah, no, it turned out quite well. Most people were pretty happy. There's always a few stations that we didn't quite make it with, but not me, but a lot of people. I missed so-and-so. Oh, I missed so-and-so. We heard each other, we just couldn't complete, that kind of thing. But that volume of that kind of lack of contact wasn't very many. It was one or two people, and all the big guys had one or two stations that they just couldn't quite complete with. Over.
Okay, yeah, I bumped them a little off frequency. I haven't warmed up yet, but yeah, okay, I understand the conditions were not quite optimal for everyone. Over.
Well, conditions were probably okay earlier, but by the time we got to 1296, it was almost about 9:15 before we even started. We had an immense crowd on 432. So it kept going and going and going on 432, and we finally got to 1296. But by that time, the band had deteriorated. Over.
Okay, yes, I understand.
You know how those things happen on those UHF and microwave frequencies. All right, very good. Thank you very much, Oliver, for your update, and sorry we missed you in the contest. Over to you, Ed, WA6AXX, very loud, K6MYC.
Yeah, you're very strong as well, doing great. Nothing new here. We'll have a little bit of break from the rain for 2 or 3 days, and then a long stretch of rain so ahead of us beyond that. So that's about it here. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Yeah, very good. We had no rain today either, and we did get to just about, we're up to about 4 inches of rain now that we've had since May. Total. Not 4 inches in the last storm, 4 inches since May. So we're still on the short end of the stick here, but we did get drizzle. One day it drizzled on and off almost all day. I think that was, that must have been Monday. Yeah, Monday. They all run together nowadays. See, my day is broken into pieces, and sometimes it breaks into so many pieces that I can't tell if I happen to switch days. The net is one piece of it, but in the other part of the day, if I have two other major breaks and do things in two big steps, then I start to count days, and it's still the same day. Anyway, today Frank with a little bit of coaxing got my old tractor running. The starter gear on the starter solenoid or starter motor was worn out, and we were lucky enough to be able to take it out. It's a nylon gear, and we turned it over. It was worn out to a kind of a taper. The top part of the gear was worn out where it meshed with the gear that turned over the engine. It was just worn off, and it was not catching most of the time. So we turned the gear over, and there was some fresh teeth on the lower end of it. Now it became the high end, and it's been working fine. And then we spent 2 hours trying to order a new part. Over.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, just a comment, I was thinking earlier today, so I really appreciate you running the net. If it weren't for this net 4 or 5 nights a week, I probably wouldn't be on the air at all. So just a note of appreciation for keeping activity up on VHF, UHF sideband. So here I am on the air. That's what we have to do with ham. So Back to you. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
And you might check 6. 6 is wide open, or it was when I walked out here. Just tons and tons of big, strong signals on FT8, and they may be on other parts of the band as well. The TX5S group is on 1296 right now, but they're also doing EME and other things on 6, and they're also on FT8, from what I can understand. Some of the guys have worked them, some have not. But there's just a ton of activity up on 50.313, so you might want to look at that. Over.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear anything last night, but I'll go over there now.
You mean you didn't hear all those guys in Washington and Oregon?
Well, I heard you worked the guy in Washington, and then after the net, I went over back to 58.125 and up and down a little bit, and didn't hear anything. But I'll check right now.
Well, I think the band had died by that time, or was dying. It was dying just at the end of our net, so that's probably why you didn't hear anything. But you never know when it's going to stay open and when it's going to die. Tonight it's just gangbusters earlier. So I looked at the scope, and all the SP8 signals are right up against the top of the screen. All right, let's see. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we go north? Say K6MYC. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Was that you, Mike? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Was that you, Mike? Ed, can you call him in? I'm pretty sure I heard his syllables in there.
Who is this that you're calling? I'm sorry, I didn't hear anybody else.
Well, somebody's calling. Came in underneath you again. I thought it was Mike, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie in Daly City, but it might not be. It might be somebody else. It wasn't Paul. I recognize Paul's voice and cadence, so I don't know who it was. The other station that called, try again, we'll all listen hard. K6MYC Bozo Net, 1296, beaming the Bay Area, over. Well, it may be some residual chatter that's going on the frequency here. With the LA guys.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
Okay. Any last call for the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net going to Oakley and Discovery Bay. Okay, nothing heard. Here we go.
Okay, Mike.
Okay, what?
You can put 52 in there. Steve was on Santa Barbara.
Roger. Yeah, a lot of Doppler on your signal. You're very, very bassy. Did I move the dial?
No, I'm not pointed at you. I'm pointed at Santa Barbara.
Yeah, you went down about 200 cycles. We got you. Thanks for getting Steve there. W6Q. Oh, for God's sake, give me Steve's call. I'm pointed at you, W6PQL, K6MYC. Is that better?
Oh, much better. I'm still pointed at Santa Barbara, but you're good copy here, Mike. Even pointed that way.
Yeah, I forgot Steve's call. W6Q, what?
QIW, Queen India Whiskey.
Yeah, Q India Whiskey, QIW. And then we have the other one, W6QUI, which those two get me tangled up. Thank you. All right, see you tomorrow night on 2 meters. Here we go to Oakley. Do I hear you in there, Steve, W6SSW?
I haven't transmitted yet, but you're live on W6SSW.
you were loud. You just faded right into the noise. Say some more stuff for me.
Yeah, I hadn't called yet, but I'm here now, and I hear you calling, and you're loud. You were loud in the Bay Area too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're back up. This thing, if I get you on the edge, and the antenna's just still rocking back and forth, you go whoa, and you go into nothing, and then you go loud, and then nothing. Okay. Good evening, W6Q, W6SSW, K6MYC, and I haven't heard Ken there, but he's probably there.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a transmission, Ken. Steve doesn't want to step on you with his 10 watts.
He normally does with my 500 K6MYC N6RO 835, and no rain today, but my driveway is a lake.
Oh wow, ponded up already, huh?
It does it every time. We've had over 2 inches in the last 4 days, and that the low point on the property is right in my driveway.
Well, must have some really dense soil too. I've had 4 inches now. I'm just at 4 inches since May, so we're creeping up on it, but it's not blowing any holes in the dam. I did go down and look at my ponds today. The upper pond has got maybe another 3 feet in length, so it's now 13 feet long instead of 10. The lower pond is filling up, and that's the one we're creating that's just behind the waterfall. And that one's got some water in it also, so it's getting drainage from 2 different directions. Anything that runs over the big dam goes in there, and also it drains from 2 other hillsides. So it's getting some water in. So I've got 2 ponds with a tiny, tiny bit of water in each one. How's that?
That's good. My sister, who has a hay farm in Kansas City, they're always working on their ponds.
trying to empty them, or trying to fill them, or trying to keep the algae out of them?
Well, I only have ponds when we have a lot of water. It's just unfortunate that it's in my driveway. I need to bring 2 or 3 truckloads of gravel in there and take care of it.
Well, what you ought to do is create a pond there and a little diversion around it. Make it so it's interesting.
Then I have to rip out some grapevines.
Oh crap! Can't do that.
Actually, it's passable. I won't drive through it in a car. I don't want to take my tricycle through it, though.
No trike bikes. No trikes through the puddles. You're too old for that. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I wonder if that subterranean creek comes through the surface.
In my place or his?
I think that's part of it, Steve.
It was a double.
Son, you can?
I think the underground river is part of the problem I have.
Yeah, I wonder. It'd be interesting if that, of course, it's just a low spot in the driveway, really, but yeah, I wonder if that contributes to it.
So the whole driveway has moved south about 8 to 10 feet in the 40 years I've been here.
That's global warming.
I mean, it's a very active piece of ground here.
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, I got a question for you. On the Clipperton Island guys, been listening to them on the different bands and stuff. And, you know, I understand, you know, when they're working split and all that stuff. How do they work? How do they listen split on multiple frequencies?
We have 6 different stations. You talk about one station on a band working 2 frequencies?
Well, yeah, he'll be transmitting on one frequency, and he'll say he's listening up, you know, up 5, 10, or 5, 10, and 15 up. So he's listening to 3 different frequencies. So people are calling on 3 different frequencies. I don't understand how he does that.
Probably doing it one at a time, but just stepping up through it.
Just sort of giving guidance to the pilot that, he's listening on these three different frequencies, but not all at the same time.
Oh, okay. So he's toggling back and forth and just grabbing people arbitrarily from each one of those 3.
I expect so.
Oh, okay. So you could be yelling in your mic, and he could be on a totally different frequency listening.
Well, he would be anyway. He's running split. The best way to do it is to try and keep track of the one that he's working. If you can hear that guy, then you know where he's listening. But if he's jumping around, it makes it harder.
Well, yeah, when the pilots get bigger, yeah, I know, he's working split, but when the pilot,
you can also look at it on the scope.
They spread people out, so not just 5 up, but 5 up, 10 up, and 15 up. So I guess he's just toggling he's toggling his VFO back and forth or up and down.
Just tuning a knob.
It's possible.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I've never heard of the expedition do split on more than one frequency at one time.
Well, they all do tune around. They'll say listening 10 up, but they're tuning up and down all the time and looking for a station they can copy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, boy, they really got their work cut out for them. There's some pretty good pilots.
Yeah, the CW pilots were really good. I've got them on 8 different band modes.
Oh, you've already worked them on 8 different modes?
Yeah, I got them on CW on 80 through 10 and phone on 20 and 40.
You could be working them on 1296 right now. They're on the moon.
Contact. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were going to do moonbound.
I hear you, Dave.
Okay, well, that answers my question. I was just curious. All right, well, 7-3, and we'll catch you on 2 meters tomorrow night, W6SSW.
Okay, look forward to it. Dave, good evening to you, Ken. We'll see you on 2 as well. And I hear Dave in there, K6VBG. Go ahead.
Hi, Roger. Just wanted to get in there and do like K6VBG 971. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening. Good to hear you. We didn't hear you at all in the contest. Did you just kind of stay in the house and stay warm?
I was actually at a doctor's appointment in Los Angeles.
Oh, well, that takes you out of the running for contesting, doesn't it? Oh, is it medical appointments?
Roger.
Okay, but they still looking at the lungs and the COBT thing?
Well, yeah, that amongst other things, arms and legs and knees and hands and all kinds of different things.
Okay, I didn't know you had problems in the extremities.
Severe.
Is it lack of circulation?
My car might. I had a car fall me across.
You're very weak. I don't know why. I'm pointed right at you. I don't know why you're so weak.
I'm pointing at 300 right now. Yep, where they talk.
Give me a little more chatter. I got to go to Sacramento anyway here. Now I'm towards Sacramento. That should be closer.
Hi, Roger. Maybe if I scoot up that way a little bit. There we go. How's that?
No. I'm missing what it is with the arms and legs. I heard the word carpal or something, but you doubled with me and then you took a fade. Over.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I was crushed by a vehicle in 1999 that was on a rack that was being repaired that fell on me and crushed me. So I've got a whole bunch of broken up parts.
Yeah, I knew about that, but is this now coming back to haunt you with other issues?
Well, it's been haunting me ever since 1999. And that's what this weekend was all about, and going down there to doctor's appointments in Los Angeles. That's usually what that's all about. And that's about it.
They told me to hurry up and wait some more.
Do what?
Hurry up and wait some more.
Hey, are they working on something to fix any of this, or is it fixable?
Yeah, maybe. They don't know. How's that?
Yeah.
It's been a 20-some-odd year hurry up and wait session, and it looks like it's going to be a 25-year hurry up and wait session.
Oh boy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you going to the UCLA Medical Center or someplace else?
This is someplace else now. We started out at UCLA, and now it's right there though. It's right in that same vicinity, right there off Wilshire. Kind of a pain in the butt.
Okay. So, are you going back soon, or are you on a holding pattern?
Holding pattern. I think I got a whole bunch of things okayed. Now we'll just see what doctors they can come up with in Fresno area that are willing to do the procedures that need to be done. So we'll see.
Okay. Do you? I've asked you this before, but I lost it because of my blindness. I put it on a piece of paper. Now I can't find it. Do you have Dr. Dan's number?
Yes, I do. Which one do you need? What number do you need?
Just a second. I'm trying to find a piece of paper I can write on here. I need his personal number. I can go through Adventist, but I might not get through to him. Sometimes he doesn't. They don't put me through. I did a blood test a while back, and I thought I would have heard from him. There was two things that were kind of important and were time sensitive. One was testosterone, and the other one was prostate test. And I assumed that if there was any problems, at least with the prostate, he would have called. But I thought I better check in with him. I don't want to wait till April when I have an appointment with him. Over.
Hi, Roger. Well, 559-760-0863 is his number.
The last four one more time.
0863.
Okay, and the first 4760.
Yeah, 559-760-0863.
Yep, I got it now. Sorry. I wrote it, so the first time I wrote it over a line, and when I went back to read it, I can't read it through the line. When you do anything like that to me, it just goes bleh.
Hi, Roger. Well, yeah, that's sometimes the way it is. I see a lot of the things in my life going away too, Mike.
I bet. Okay.
It's kind of like life's a cruel joke at this point.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, I'm pointing up toward Meadow Vista right at the moment, and hopefully we can hear the station that we've been that has been repairing and upgrading his station there. KR6MR. Let me call John. KR6MR. Hey, Rob, what time is it?
422 Zulu.
Oh boy, we went right by 0400, didn't we?
Yep, Roger.
Okay. Okay, let's try for John anyway. KR6MR, 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 K6MYC calling and standing by. Are you copying anything in there now, John? Over. I heard you. I didn't copy. I had I did hear you, John, but no copy. But let's wait a minute. We'll keep trying for a minute or two here. Maybe we'll get an up fade. So I'll keep calling you, and you keep responding. KR6MR, KR6MR, K6MYC, calling and standing by. Over. That was stronger. I'm getting some words. Make a little longer transmission. I'll swing the antenna back and forth and see if I can find your peak. KR6MR, K6MYC, over. The over, but you're not giving me a chance to sweep back and forth. You're too fast. I need a longer transmission. Over. I got the over again. I have to move very slowly back and forth across you, and I just got to the over. I think you're Q3 now. Let's try it now. KR6MR, K6MYC, Q3, over. Okay, I need your... I'm not hearing anything now. I need your Bozo number. Your Bozo number, over. Well, now I've lost you. I'm not hearing you come back at all, so I'll talk some more here. And we'll wait for the fade to come up. You got up pretty good, and I'm sure I could have made it with you, but all I got was over as I got the antenna back on you. I've heard your over now, Q5 twice. KR6MR, K6MYC, running about 600 watts. You're hearing me through these fades. KR6MR. I need your Bozo number, K6MYC DM07, over.
I can give it to you, Mike, if you want.
No, I don't need it. I want to hear it. Number 759. Now he's on CW and he's not readable. Yep, I got it. That time. 759. We got it. Okay, well, it's pretty good considering we couldn't ever hear you before, so I think it's an improvement, but it's still pretty weak. You just need some power. There, John. KR6MR, K6MYC. Got your 759. Roger. Hearing anything there, Rob?
No, I'm not hearing anything. I couldn't even hear Dave, over.
Yeah, Dave was pretty weak tonight. I don't know what he's doing up there. He was pointed north, and he was away from us. That's why. Okay. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, John. Thank you, John. Thank you, KR6MR. We'll have better conditions, I'm sure, in the future. We'll look for you again, and we'll look for you tomorrow on 2 meters. We'll look for you tomorrow on 2 meters. KR6MR and the group K6MYC Bozo Net. Anybody else on this frequency in this direction before I go to Nevada? Okay, hearing nothing. Well, that's too late, but let's try Nevada anyway. Okay. KE7UQL and 7 Whiskey Tango. KE7UQL and 7 Whiskey Tango. K6MYC calling and listening. Daniel, but not readable yet. Okay. KE7UQL. KE7UQL. I hear you in there, Daniel, but not readable yet. I'm just detecting you. Just keep going, keep going. KE7UQL. KE7 Uniform Quebec Lima. K6MYC Bozo Net. Over. Nothing heard that time. Let me bump the antenna a couple more degrees and see if we can get any more out of this thing. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, I'd like to hear you better. I hear you in there. I've got you logged in. We have you logged in, but I'd like to hear you a little better, Daniel. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over. KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango. Try CW, Larry. Try CW, Larry, if you're hearing me. KE7UQL or N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC calling and standing by. Over. Now there's the CW. Roger, N7WT, got your CW at Q4, got you 657. Roger, Larry, Roger, 657. Thank you, Larry. Thanks for sticking around. I'm sorry we're late. N7WT and KE7UQL, we'll see you tomorrow. On 2 meters. N7WT, K6MYC, over. He's not hearing me. Roger, N7WT, 73's Larry. We'll see you tomorrow. Daniel, 73, KE7UQL, 73, K6MYC. Good night. Roger, Q5 on that one. We knew it would come up. Sorry I'm late. Thank you guys for sticking around. Good copy on that one, Daniel. Rob, anything?
No, nothing.
Okay. 73's Daniel, 73's Larry. Okay, I think we're done for the evening here. KE7UQLN7WT, 73, K6MYC. Adios.
Adios and good night.
There he is, very loud, 73. It came back, so that was good to hear. He came back with the adios as well, so that was nice. Obviously, he's hearing us. All right. Sorry about that, Rob. Okay. Yes, we're done. I don't think there's anybody. We missed one in the Bay Area. We could go back and just chat for a moment and see if I can hear KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, but nobody else reported him in there.
Hey, at least the sequencer held out tonight, K6USY.
Well, the sequencer's okay. The problem with the sequencers, we have two sequencers, and what happened on the first one, it just blew a fuse. We don't know why, but fuse was in there for like 15 years or something, and it got tired. So we replaced it with my 2-meter one, but the 2-meter one it did not have the mods that this one had in it. So there's two RCA jacks on the back of a standard sequencer. One of them is key to ground, and one of them takes 8 volts to key. In other words, it puts out 8 volts in keys. Some of the older transceivers took 8 volts as a key line. Since then, of course, everybody's gone over to key to ground, and that's universal, but we're still seeing older transceivers that have this 8-volt requirement. Well, on the 2-meter moonbound system, I never changed it because I didn't need that extra connector. On this one, I did. So when I took the one on 2 meters over here, it put out 8 volts, and it made the amp key over.
Well, Roger. Yeah, I know there's an interesting problem that people were having with the ICOM 705, and the key jack is key to ground, but it can only handle a little bit of current. And on some of these external, amplifiers and transverters, there's not enough current flowing through there to actually trigger the relays. But there's a group that came out with a replacement board for the 705. Actually, I installed it in mine just for future proofing, and it does two things. It replaces the USB port with USB-C, which makes people happy, but then the key thing that they fixed in the circuit is that you can actually run, like an amp of 12-volt current through this thing and actually key up real equipment, and it's solving a lot of problems. People are having to using buffer boxes and sequencers and all kinds of stupid things with the 705 because ICOM didn't design the key circuit to handle any amount of current, and some people are blowing their radios up.
Yeah, that's stupid because the transistors that can handle an amp or half an amp or a dime a dozen, that's just dumb. Most relays, even 12-volt relays, don't run much more than 100 mils. Maybe if you had 2 or 3 of them in series, you might have to handle 300 mils of relay current, but that's about the highest. But if the thing could only handle 50 mils and crap out, well, then that's where their problem was. They probably were figuring nobody's ever going to put an amplifier on a 705. It's got tons of power of its own, right?
Yeah, a whole whopping 10 watts. Yeah, I think I'd have to go read the manual, but I think it only handles like 30 mils or something like that. And so there's a lot of videos online of people trying to figure out why in the world they can't key up their amplifiers. And you know, everyone figured out the problem with it. But yeah, fortunately, I modded mine. It is a 5-minute drop-in. Fortunately, ICOM designed that part of the radio, so all the connectors on the side are a separate daughter board. And it's, you know, you take the screen off, take 3 screws out, unplug a cable, swap the board out, and put it all back together. It's a really simple modification, but at least now my 705 is, you know, ready if I ever use it as an IF radio or, you know, or get an HF amplifier for it.
Yeah, bulletproof. Okay. Yeah, boy, that's they make some dumb mistakes, don't they?
Yeah, and then other things they do really well, so we just put up with it.
I know, but that's just dumb. That's just inexperience, and they always give those projects, the simple projects, they give to the new engineers. Japanese guys have been doing that for years, and they make the same mistake. We used to have radios that came out of Japan that had splendid noise blankers. And then the next vintage would come out, and the blanker wouldn't work with sour apples. And I finally was over there. I made many trips to Japan, and I talked to the manufacturers. I said, what's the matter here? You have a great noise blanker here, and the next version is crap. Well, we can't say, but we don't want to embarrass our new engineers, but they get all those projects over.
Yeah, they got to give the new guys something, but they need to give them something else to do.
Well, they got to just double check what they're doing, but they don't want to embarrass them. Well, I think it's just oversight, but they blame it on the young engineers. And it is their fault initially, but it means that nobody's cross-checking them. Somebody called their boss should have been looking at that and say, no, you can't do that. It's got to handle more than 30 mils.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find it. They actually had to update the manual to specify what the line could handle because they kept getting repairs. And again, it's on a daughter board, so I'm sure for ICOM they just chuck the board away and pop in a new one and ship the radio back to the ham. But it was becoming a problem that they had to update the manual.
Yeah, well, good for them. At least they were on top of it, sort of. Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to go back in. I haven't had dinner. Matt got dinner just about 25 after 7, and I just couldn't stick around. I had to come out here. As you know, I haven't turned anything on. I'm sure I can see you sitting there chomping at the bit waiting for Mikey to turn everything on here. I should have come out earlier. I was out here earlier around 4, and I could have turned it on then, but I don't want to turn it on at 4. It sits here until 7. But I should have done that, and then you would have been relaxed and back. Leaning back in your chair. Anyway, good evening to you, Aaron, K6USY, and then over to Rob, K6MYC.
Yeah, no worries, Mike. Yeah, I usually start the stream around 7:15 regardless if the radio's on or not, and then the second you turn it on, then I make the connection, so it's no big deal. But, yep, we'll send it over to Rob, K6USY.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron and Mike. Aaron, I got a couple questions for you if you got a minute there.
Yep.
We'll let you get your dinner, Mike. K6MYG, KM6SR, 73.
Okay, yeah, come up on frequency. You drifted down just a smidge there, Rob. 73, and we'll see you tomorrow. KM6SR, K6USY, and anybody else that's listening, K6MYC, going away.
Good night, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
Have a drink.
And good night to all the people listening on YouTube. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.